Hey there, vinyl community people. It's Mike MGK Boston back with another video. Sporting my newest t-shirt. This is going to be part of the MGK Summer 2023 fashion collection. This was courtesy of Steve over at All the World's a Stage. I just received this. It's excellent, hot off the presses, if you will. Love it. It's so I'll be rolling that out for my summer collection, exclusive collection, I might add. Not to be, I can't outdo him and Gary. They're fashion icons from the Midwest, but I'll do my best. So I'm entering a contest today. Guy's name is Royce in the house. He's out in California. I was checking out his channel. This guy's all over the place. There's vacation videos. He's fixing a hot water heater, and then he's talking about music. So I thought I was eclectic and like variety, but man, this guy's got a lot of variety going on. But just subscribe to his channel, of course, as the rules go, and to enter this contest. And there's some couple of cool criteria here, and I'm just going to walk us right on through it. And let's start with number one. Are you a subscriber? Yes. Make a video and leave a message in the comments with the day and time. I thought that was odd. You know, if the video is uploaded at 3:55, is it any different than if it's uploaded at, say, 4:55? But I'll play along. And then number three begins with show 3 albums that have a song on them over 10 minutes long. Sorry, I'm just reading this list here. So again, show 3 albums, each one has to contain a song, at least one song that's 10 minutes or greater in length. All right. I'm a completist officially with Cream. Got them all. This is Live Cream. Release on this one's 1970. Of course, they were on Atco, and the track I'm talking about here, NSU, and that comes in at 10 minutes 13 seconds. NSU. Let's see, I haven't looked at this in a while. I don't think there's anything on the side. No, just the Atco promo on the inside. This is an original American pressing, and there you can see another view of their NSU track 1. 10 minutes 13 seconds. All right. And that's staying in the classic rock for this one, folks. I'm not going to be all over the variety today. I went straight into the classic rock today for the purposes of this contest. All good stuff, though. It's a double live album from Grand Funk Railroad. This came out on 71, I want to say. This has more than one 10-minute song, but the one I want to talk about today is Inside Looking Out, and that's coming in at 12 minutes, 22 seconds. Just a total barn burner, that one. There's the great Mark Farner down in front. Great singer, great guitar player. Just all around greatness. There they are on the inside. On stage, of course. And let's see if we can show the actual record. There's the sun. And no, that's not it. Let's see on. I hate when they do like record 1 has side 1. And then the other side, it's side 3. They did that on these double lives sometimes. But anyway, kind of annoying. So yeah, there you go. Inside Looking Out, track 2 right there on this Capitol release. Again, 12 minutes, 22 seconds. Just a real blistering tune. If you've never heard Inside Looking Out, look it up. There's an Australian band that does a cover of it, kind of a drone metal band. The name escapes me. Perhaps Ben Rankins would know them. Again, the track I'm talking about, Inside Looking Out. The Australian band might be a band called Comacozer, Comacozer, but I'll leave that up to Ben to comment. He knows all that stuff, all things Australian. Number 3 on this list of albums with songs over 10 minutes. This has a couple too. This is The Great Rare Earth on the Motown label. The only white band on Motown, they used to say. So this features newly recorded live versions of Rare Earth's greatest hits. The one I wanted to talk about here today, of course, is Get Ready. And there it is right there. No, that's nice to be with you. 23:38 right there on the clock. This is a confusing one to open because it opens from the top. It's a backpack, right? Here it is. Let's come inside here. And there it is. Yeah, again, 23 minutes, 38 seconds. Cool Rare Earth logo right there. And so, yeah, really great jam band. Want to look them up. There's a couple of other great moments on this. Hey Big Brother's good. What Did I Say? Thoughts is a really psychedelic number. And Born to Wander is great too. So Rare Earth in concert. This was recorded across a few venues. Miami, Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, and Ithaca, New York. I forget the name of the college. Ithaca College, it might have been there. But Ithaca, New York. So that's Rare Earth. 22-minute version of Get Ready there. Get ready and sit down and chill out and listen to that. All right, and lastly, show 3 albums that are soundtracks. Well, here's a soundtrack. This is Risky Business. This is a German import. I bought this mainly for side 2, which is, or side 1 rather. It's got 4 different Tangerine Dream instrumentals on this that were part of the film score. And of course, you know, you got Bob Seger, Old Time Rock and Roll, In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins. And then there's one more Tangerine Dream track closing out side 2 on this called Lovin' a Real Train. I think that's the scene where he's getting busy with Rebecca De Mornay on the subway. Yeah, boy, she was something back in the day. And there's the crazy Tom Cruise right there dancing it up on the blah, 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 coffee table. It's a coffee table. And yeah, great movie. I loved it. I was in high school at the time. And yeah, I could only hope to have house parties that good. I had a few pretty good ones. Those that watch the videos that grew up with me will recall them. And speaking of house parties, there's another great soundtrack, Dazed and Confused. This is set in some rural town in Texas in 1976, the last day of school. Everybody's graduating, going on, and then there's a big bush party. You know, hilarity ensues. Alcohol is consumed, drugs are consumed, and great music is consumed. This was Matthew McConaughey's breakout movie, and actually independent filmmaker Richard Linklater, this was his breakthrough too. Those are just, I don't know, those were kind of unknown people. The one guy that played the quarterback, I can't think of his name, that actor, Jason something. He didn't really go on to do any greater things, but yeah, Matthew McConaughey had a pretty good role in this. All right. You know, you've seen it. Come on. So this has a bunch of great tunes. Slow Ride, Foghat, Alice Cooper, School's Out, Black Oak, Arkansas version of Jim Dandy on here, the original actually. Cherry Bomb by the Runaways, that's killer. Low Rider by War, Deep Purple, Highway Star, and on it goes. So that's Dazed and Confused. Came out in 1993. And yeah, nothing on the inside, just the track listing. And there's just, again, some of the cast from the film. And that's Dazed and Confused. All right, where are we? Oh, yeah, over here. Another soundtrack for you. This is Full Metal Jacket, of course, directed by the late, great Stanley Kubrick. I'm a big fan. A lot of people don't know this. The first half of the movie, of course, was set basic training at the Marine Corps base on the East Coast of the United States, not Camp Pendleton, that's on the West Coast. Paris Island, sorry, I stand corrected, Paris Island. And one of my good work colleagues, a good friend of mine, yeah, he's in his late 50s now, but he was in the Marine Corps in his early 20s. And he said the drill instructor, played by Arlie Ermy, was completely accurate, totally accurate. And Arlie Ermy, of course, was a Marine Corps veteran himself. Yeah, so there's Matthew Modine right there. Just a really amazing film. Vincent D'Onofrio right there, of course, having his moment there with the drill instructor. The drill instructor's name escapes me, but of course he nicknamed everybody. The drill instructor did, and his name, of course, was Gomer Pyle. And yeah, just really classic moments. If you go on YouTube and just look up Full Metal Jacket clips, you'll see a bunch of stuff with that. But in all seriousness, it was a very serious film about Vietnam, and it's probably one of the best Vietnam movies ever made. A lot of people don't realize this. Kubrick didn't like to fly, as the story goes. All of that was filmed on sound stages in England. It was not filmed on location in Southeast Asia. It was filmed in the UK. And anyway, this is the soundtrack. So what else? What do we got in here? Surfing Bird by the Trash Man. These boots are made for walking. Nancy Sinatra, Wooly Bully, Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. And then there's an instrumental performed by Abigail Mead. She did the whole film score. And of course, you can see right here at the bottom, original film music by Abigail Mead. And that's going to be my third movie soundtrack. And we're going in threes, and this is the last group of threes. Royce wants to show us to show what we consider three very good or great keyboardists. I'm going to kick it off with Greg Raleigh. Never hear him mentioned a whole lot. Greg was the initial keyboard player with Santana on the first few albums. Him and Neil Schon, of course, would later go on to form Journey. A lot of people don't know that. So Neil Schon was a bit of a prodigy growing up in the San Francisco Bay Area and hooked up with Carlos Santana and played with Carlos Santana, as did Greg Raleigh. And Greg Raleigh was actually sings all lead vocals on this album too. A lot of the time, Carlos Santana was not a singer, he was a guitarist. He could sing a bit, but yeah, so on this one, yeah, Black Magic Woman, of course, Oyo Como Va, Samba Pati, that's an instrumental, and Hope You're Feeling Better is probably the highlight on this, sung by Greg Raleigh. And yeah, the jacket's really worn on this, but the record's in excellent condition. Cleaned up nicely. I got this from a collection for a friend. And there they are on stage somewhere, someplace. And that's Santana Abraxas featuring Greg Raleigh on keyboards. And of course, as I mentioned, he was later went on and joined Journey from the beginning, and then he left them right after this live album in 1980 or 81. I just wanted to see if you could see a better picture of Greg Raleigh. There he is right there. Okay, and there's Neil Schon right down there. Of course, Steve Perry. Yeah, so story goes, Greg Raleigh left, like I said, in 80, 81. Jonathan Cain came in and took over on keyboards. He'd been in the Babies before, and Greg Raleigh actually handpicked him. Greg Raleigh, just for whatever personal reasons, he had a young family and he split. He still does play with Ringo Starr's All Stars. So yeah, my buddy Matthew Street, he probably knows that. He's big. He's the Beatles curator, I would say, of the vinyl community. My friend Matthew Street. There's like I said, I wanted to show a picture of Greg. There he is playing the keyboards right there. That's Greg Raleigh right there, and that's Journey captured. Just a side note, because I wanted to show a picture of Greg. All right, and where are we at here? Another great keyboard player, great singer, great keyboard player, multi-instrumentalist actually. He's quite a good guitarist as well. And I'm talking about Steve Winwood right here. This is a live Traffic album. This was kind of like an end of the line for the band. I want to say this is in 1971, recorded live in London, England. Medicated Goo, 40,000 Headmen, and of course they do. Here's another one that gets over 10 minutes. This could have doubled. 10 minutes and 32 seconds for that version of Dear Mr. Fantasy on this one. So yeah, of course you see right here, Steve Winwood on vocals, electric piano, and guitar as well right there in the credits. There's Steve right there at the table. Looks like they're having a little lunch, a little brekkie, guys. And it's again, welcome to the canteen. Nothing on the inside here. Just you can see there the On the Island logo. So yeah, excellent band. I've got all the Traffic stuff. I'm a huge fan. And I love Steve Winwood too. I just think he's one of the most talented musicians ever in my lifetime. Real standout. All right. Last keyboard player I'm going to talk about, and that's Al Kooper. Anybody who's watched my videos before knows I'm a big fan of Al Kooper and pretty much everything he put his hands on from his early days, playing with Bob Dylan right up through, and he's still active today, even though he's well into his 70s. Lives in the Massachusetts, greater Boston area, in fact. So this album featured Mike Bloomfield, Al Kooper, and Stephen Stills. It was just a one-off, and it's some blues numbers on here. Albert's Shuffle, they just do an amazing version of that. Season of the Witch is probably the best. Well, I wouldn't say it's the best song on here, but it's certainly a standout. The Donovan song, of course, and that's another one here, coming in at over 10 minutes. That's 11 minutes, 7 seconds for that version of Season of the Witch. So there's Al Kooper right there. So again, it's Mike Bloomfield, Al Kooper, and Stephen Stills. Super Session, the name of that album. Highly recommended, highly recommended. And for a bonus question, I do love a good bonus question. So he wants us to show a record that has a poster in it. That's how I'm going to do it. This is one I bought probably 6th or 7th grade, one of my first record purchases, and I've still got it, still in great condition. Of course, it's Electric Light Orchestra, Out of the Blue. Released it on this one in 1977. Here's the inside of the spaceships, whatever, Star Deck. There's a couple of there's Steve and Gary right there, heading out into orbit. I'm just getting you guys back for all the moose jokes last week. All right, what do we got here? Here's the poster. Still in great shape. Yeah, I must have pinned that to the wall at some point in my younger days, but it's still in great shape. And at the top, here's the band leader, Jeff Lynne himself right there. So that's for the bonus question for Royce in the house. He's pushing to 700 subscribers. Get on it, do it. This is a fun contest. And it's things coming in threes, right? So there you have it, okay? So that's my official entry. Royce in the house, pushed to 700 subscribers. I almost said 6, he's over that. We're heading to 7 here. So best of luck, Royce. I've subscribed to your channel, of course. And yeah, keep making great videos. And I'm gonna go and check out that hot water heater repair video. That looks kind of interesting. Have a great afternoon, folks, and I'll see you next time.